saith a new covenant, he hath made the first old. Now that which decayeth and waxeth old is ready to vanish away. Right. So that basically, see, you then you have these nuts in the churches that'll try to use it, say that the law or Old Testament was done away with. They don't understand what that prophecy is speaking about. That prophecy is speaking about the law of sacrifice. That's why Paul to the Hebrews, when he wrote to them, see, he wasn't concerned about the blood sacrifice, explaining the blood sacrifices that much to the Israelite foreigners, because they weren't into that. But to the Hebrews, when he wrote the letter to the Hebrews, that was Jews or Israelites that knew that they were Israelites. And what he was doing was he was explaining to them that, look, you're not going to be delivered by the shedding of the blood of animals, you know, because that covenant is done away with when the Lord shed his blood and became the ultimate sacrifice for our sins. So no longer do you have to sacrifice anymore to receive forgiveness for your sins. So that's what he was explaining to them. So the Lord is going to change us.
Yeah, give me Ezekiel, the 17th chapter, the 23rd and the 24th verse.
Ezekiel 17,
23 and 24. And hold the mic.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 17, verse 23 and 24. It says, in the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it. And the Lord is doing that right now. But eventually the kingdom, once the kingdom is established, that's when we're going to be fully planted. Right now, the Lord is taking us and purging us to get us prepared and ready for this kingdom. So it says, in the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit and be a goodly cedar, meaning the children that's going to come of us are going to be righteous. That's what it means by the boughs. That's what it means by to bear fruit. Did not it say in the book of Genesis, be fruitful and multiply? It says, and bear fruit and be a goodly cedar, and under it shall dwell all the fowls of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell. Because the other nations, they're going to be forced to follow this. See, the nations are heathens by nature. When they went into our land, when we were kicked out of our land and them heathens came up in there, the Most High had to send lions to attack them because they refused to keep the laws of the Lord, because they didn't know how to keep the laws of the Lord. So the Lord had to send a Levite priest back into the land to teach them the right way.
Yeah, you notice he said A. A is the first letter of the alphabet. A also stands for one. You have a bunch of apples, then you have an apple, right? One. They sent back one priest, because you had this madness that they sent back a whole bunch of priests, and they popped them people, and Israel is among them, because you had like 1 million priests that went back there and taught them, and they were popping a woman and leaving their seed. That's a damn lie, man. That one Levite went back to teach them how to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments, to keep them lions and them tigers and bears from biting a hole in their ass. All right? Go ahead.
This is back in Ezekiel.
You people are stupid, man. Here you know in your mind that GMS has the truth and the Lord is dealing with us, but you got all these guys making these videos against what we're teaching, and the Most High is going to deal with every last one of you, man. The Most High is going to deal, and we're going to know about it too. Go ahead. And we know who this guy God's Boulay. Everybody want to find out who God's Boulay 777 or 666 is? Well, we found out. That's Mr. Symphony, was it 1619? Everybody done found out, all right, about your ass. They know where you live, all right? They know who you are, okay? You've been found out, nigga, all right? And the Most High is going to deal with your ass. We ain't going to deal with you. The Most High is going to deal with you. Like I said, all you guys that bucked up against the men of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah is going to deal with you, all right?
In the mountain of the height of Israel will I plant it, and it shall bring forth boughs and bear fruit, and be a goodly cedar, and under it shall dwell all the fowl of every wing. In the shadow of the branches thereof.
That means all the nations are going to be up under us. Go ahead. And we're going to teach you. We're going to actually teach them the laws. It tells you that in Zechariah the 14th chapter. They're going to have to keep the tabernacles. Go ahead.
It says, in the shadow of the branches thereof shall they dwell, and all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree. I'm sorry. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree, have exalted the low tree.
The high tree is Esau at this point. The low tree is us. Go ahead.
It says, have dried up the green tree, and have made the dry tree to flourish. I, the Lord, have spoken and have done it.
Yeah, so we're going to get the next kingdom. Now I'd like you to get me Deuteronomy, the 33rd chapter, and start from the 26th verse and read to the end, which is what, the 29th verse. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 26.
This guy got some nerve talking about, read that again. Read what the devil said in the magazine. It's not going to be left to humans. Go ahead.
Notice,
man, this devil's a damn fool, man. We laugh at you stupid devils. You know what you devils you Edomites remind me of, man? Your society's going down right before your eyes. You know it's going down, but you're still popping shit. You remind me of Muhammad Ali right before he fought Larry Holmes. I saw that fight live, and he was popping a whole lot of shit. He had the crowd going. He had the crowd saying, Ali, Ali, Ali. He was all up in Larry Holmes' face. All that yapping. As soon as that bell rung, Larry Holmes busted his ass. He rung his bell. Go ahead.
Notice too, unlike all the deeply flawed human devised and operated empires before it, God's empire is not left to human beings to govern.
Dumb idiot, stupid ass cracker. Go ahead, come on back. Esau, you know what you found out to be, man? We found you out to be, you're nothing but a clown, man. You're nothing but a damn clown. The Rothschilds are a clown. Go ahead, a bunch of clowns. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 33 and 26. There is none like unto the power of Jeshurun.
Like when I see you average Edomites, I look at you with disdain. I said, look at this stupid ass, dumb ass Edomite, man. Look at this dummy. This complete fucking fool, man. He don't realize he's gonna get a goddamn foot in his ass, man. Go ahead.
There is none like unto the power of Jeshurun, who rideth upon the heaven in thy help.
By the way, the word Jeshurun means the first. Go ahead. Which is another name for Israel. Go ahead.
And in his excellency on the sky. The eternal God is thy refuge, and underneath are the everlasting arms. And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say this.
Who's the enemy? This is the future prophecy. He said he's going to thrust out the enemy before thee. Is not Esau before us? Go ahead.
It said,
so for all you bird brains out there talking about we're going to go back to the land of Israel so we don't got to be around the devil, well, guess what? You're going right to a bunch of other devils, man. You're going right to the worst of the heathen. Go ahead.
And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in its safety alone. Oh, Israel then shall dwell in safety alone.
Hold up. Give me the blue letter on that. Go to the blue letter. This is for false prophet 666, a.k.a. Gomez Adams. All right? A.k.a. the fake Dr. Dre. A.k.a. Popeye. Yeah, read that again. Are you listening, false prophet 666? Are you listening, Bubble-Eyed Blackfish? Are you listening, Uncle Ruckus? Go ahead.
And he shall thrust out the enemy from before thee, and shall say, destroy them. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone.
That's a kingdom. Israel shall dwell in safety alone. Now let's see let's break that down in Hebrew, man. You know, let's see what that really says. That's Deuteronomy 33:28. Alone. Not we're gonna get alone, but alone. You got it?
Yeah, we're in the Blue Letter Bible, Deuteronomy 33:28. Alone. Look up that in the Hebrew. Yeah, right. Let's see what it says. Badad is the Hebrew. Badad, which means isolation, withdrawal, separation, an isolated city. And down here, let's see what it says down here. Solitarily alone. Yep, solitarily alone.
That's a prophecy. So don't jump, Gomez Adams, don't be jumping up talking about, oh, well, that's talking about back then. That's a future prophecy, fool. All right, go ahead.
Revelation 11:1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod. And the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of the Most High, and the altar, and them that worship therein. But the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not. For it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall they tread under foot 42 months.
Right, now I have a diagram of the temple, and you know you actually had an outer temple, then you had the inner temple. Well, the physical temple, back 2,000 years ago, you had the physical temple where you had an outer court, and the Gentiles couldn't come into the inner court. Well, you got a spiritual temple, and the Gentiles can't come into the inner court of that spiritual temple. That's why when we go out there and speak, Esau could be in the crowd, but they're in the outer temple. They can't come in the camp and hold posts and read and speak. All they could do is learn about their downfall, man. You know? You know, we was cutting this one Edomite. We were cutting this one. Yeah, I'll go ahead and get that. We were cutting this one Edomite so bad that later that night he was trying to get hit by a car.
Yeah, he was trying to commit suicide off the sidewalk. You know, trying to get the buses and taxis to hit him. You know, because he came to the camp. You know, he had a little liquor on his breath. But then after the Lord got finished whipping his ass with the scriptures, he left. And then maybe about 3 hours later, he came back and he was staggering down the street like a drunken bum. And then he was trying to jump in front of traffic, but the traffic was just missing him, and he could barely walk across the street. You know, because he thought he could come against the Lord's men, but he found out that he was found out to be wrong. Then there was a Moabite that was on a bike that came up there. He thought he was so intelligent. You know, he looked like an Edomite, but he said his father was a Moabite. He looked, you know, intelligent. He sounded like he was so-called learned, and he got sent down the street with his tail between his legs.
Yeah, you got to take that when he's speaking about you. Put that up, you know. Okay, where are we right now?
I just finished reading Revelation 11 chapter.
Okay, now let's go from there to Matthew's 19.
I got a little bit more.
All right, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 33 and 28. Israel then shall dwell in safety alone. The fountain of Jacob shall be upon a land of corn and wine. Also his heaven shall drop down dew. Happy art thou, O Israel, who is like unto thee, O people saved by the Lord, the shield of thy help, and who is thy sword of thy excellency, and thine enemies shall be found liars unto thee, and thou shalt tread upon their high places.
Yeah, because Esau is in the land of Israel. He's all around the world. So where Esau is, his high places, he's going to be destroyed, and we're going to walk on his high places. So we're going to be ruling. So you know what this idiot said about the Lord ain't going to have humans running the kingdom? He's out of his damn mind, man. Now let's go to here. I've got some more cuts, man. Revelation 20 and verse 4.
Revelation chapter 20 verse 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image.
I'm sorry, read that again.
I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua.
That was the apostles back there 2,000 years ago. It said they're going to be sitting on thrones. Who sits on thrones? People that put forth judgment. Read again.
It says, and I saw thrones with an S, and they sat upon them,
So it ain't talking about just your Howard Shy. It's talking about